Hey everyone, Patrick Zidell here for Precision Marine Installations and Radio World, and today we're talking to you about the last forward-facing sonar mount that you'll ever have to buy. We're very excited to bring you guys this new forward-facing sonar mount from GeigerTech Marine, and we're extremely fortunate that we were included in the prototyping and testing phases of the build of this mount with our staff and pro staff anglers. So a few features right off the hop that you need to know about this mount. First and foremost, it's an all machined aluminum construction with a really beautiful black anodized finish. This mount features replaceable components to ensure that this is the last mount that you ever need to buy for forward-facing sonar. And it's going to come in a couple different variations. There's going to be a universal mount that will work with your PowerPole Move, Garmin Force, your Minn Kota Ultrex, and Lowrance Ghost trolling motors, and a specific Quest version that's going to work with the Minn Kota Quest trolling motor. This mount is going to be available for your LVS 32, LVS 34, and LVS 62 transducers from Garmin, as well as the Active Target 1 and Active Target 2 transducers from Lowrance. There's a lot of features that have really been thought through in the design of this mount, including a very simple top-down installation. So let's get this mount installed on the shaft of this PowerPole Move, and then we can dive into exactly how this mount works and some of its other features. One of the greatest features of this GeigerTech forward-facing sonar mount is the tool and knob-free adjustments between viewing modes, allowing you to very quickly go from forward to down to perspective mode. And it's actually the quickest adjusting mount on the market today. With its machined aluminum construction, you're able to achieve a true 90-degree angle coming off of the shaft of the trolling motor at all times. And with each click of the arm of the mount, you're able to change your viewing angle by 10 degrees. So you can go up by 10 degrees or down by 10 degrees very quickly. Another great feature is the low shaft mounting capability of this mount, which allows you to slide that mount all the way down to the bottom of the shaft of the trolling motor, placing that transducer right at the barrel of the trolling motor. The knuckle on this mount is actually contoured to fit around the curve of the barrel of the trolling motor, and that's applicable to all trolling motors on the market. Now, what that allows you to do is achieve a true 0-degree angle of that transducer when in forward mode. So what that means is that transducer is always going to sit perfectly straight up and down, as opposed to off on an angle like most factory mounts. And that's going to translate to precise bait tracking at a greater distance. So you'll be able to see your bait much further away from the boat, and you're not going to lose it as it's coming towards you. This is key for forward mode, and we found that with this mount, our best imaging has been when that arm is completely in line with the shaft of the trolling motor and the transducer is off to the side of the barrel. Now, in shallower water applications, it's really easy to adjust the transducer up higher so that it's out of the way of any vegetation or obstruction, so it reduces the risk of knocking the transducer and damaging it. Now, in deep water applications, you'll definitely want to be running that transducer as low as possible. For perspective mode, this is where our testing really impressed us with this mount. From anywhere from shallow water applications around 3 feet of water or even less to up to as deep as 37 feet of water out on Lake Erie. Some of the settings that we found best in terms of transducer positioning is actually having that transducer completely perpendicular to the shaft of the trolling motor for situations where you're in super shallow water up to 7 or 8 feet deep. As you go deeper past that 10-foot mark, but still under 20, so between 10 and 20 feet of water, you actually want to adjust that orientation and perspective mode down by 10 degrees. So that's going to be one click down of the mount. That's going to allow you for the best image in that 10 to 20 foot depth zone. As you get deeper, and especially for us on the Great Lakes, perspective mode can be a phenomenal tool. And you want to, again, adjust that transducer down another 10 degrees. So now we're at 20 degrees down from the transducer mount being completely perpendicular to the shaft. And what we've seen with this is very impressive. We're able to see around 170 feet away from the boat, very crisp and clear. And having that angle at 20 degrees limits the amount of dark spot that we have out front of the boat. So it decreases the blind spot close to you and increases the distance away from you. Our testing has shown very clear images and being able to spot fish out 100, 110 feet away over 30 plus feet of water, which is unheard of for perspective mode. So all this to say, the GeigerTech forward-facing sonar mount allows you to infinitely adjust your transducer for better bait tracking, better clarity, and a mix of distance as well combined with that clarity. So check them out on our website at www.radioworld.ca and get yours today.